Ah, this screen brings back memories, right guys? Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Replay Castlevania. However, this isn't just a replay, this is also our 2-year anniversary game, guys. So I figured, why not do it with the game that, with me at least, started it all. Welcome to Castlevania, released in... welcome back, rather, to Castlevania, released in 1987 for the NES and I believe the Japanese Famicom as well. An A to B platformer which was a bit different from the rest of the series. Well, technically 1 and 3 are platformers, but that's just me being different. With some kick-ass music, and I'm serious, kick-ass, although the... actually, the intro song is actually the Japanese Famicom version of this song in Castlevania 3. Now, of course, A is jump, B is the whip, but one thing I'm going to tell you right now, the jump control is shit. It's pretty much a normal NES jump. When you your momentum goes with you, and you cannot change direction once you start. The only game that had you be able to really change direction was Mega Man, Mario. Well, there were a couple of games that were like that, but a lot of others were like this. Now, the hearts don't restore our life, obviously. Of course, not obviously, actually. They are actually your ammunition for your sub-weapons, like the one I have right now, the stopwatch. Right there is a rosary. Collect it, nukes everything on the screen. Now, as for the story of our little adventure here, we are Simon Belmont, who is trying to take down Count Dracula, who has returned once again to plague evil upon the world. This is actually, technically, I believe, the second game of the series, because Castlevania 3, if you guys remember that Let's Play from so long ago, is actually a prequel to this. Now, there is another problem that I'd like to bring up, which is the knockback. The jumping physics and the knockback are easily the two worst problems. By the way, duck there, you can get this money back jump here with 1,000 points. Keep that in mind, because your points do eventually get you a 1-up at, I believe, 30,000. But the knockback, if you get hit by an enemy, Simon here is sent skyrocketing back like 5 to 6 feet, and it's ridiculous. Now, to use a sub-weapon, you actually have to press up and B at the exact same time, so keep that in mind. And the candle I'm about to break right now, that's an invincibility potion. Get it and you're invincible for a few brief seconds. It's not really that good, though. And, well, actually, I'll get into the sub-weapons that there are next level. Because we have our first boss here. By the way, break this for a double shot. Double shots allow you to use the sub-weapon twice in a row. And our first boss is this giant bat. Yeah. It's actually... well, obviously, it's going to be the easiest boss in the game. Best strategy to use is to use the stopwatch sub-weapon. If I can get it to work when he gets over to me, because this is actually one of my worst runs of this boss. There we go. And then just repeatedly whip him, and he should go down easily. And first level beaten. Upon beating a level, your life is restored, your time is converted into points. I believe if you run out of time, it's an automatic death, and your hearts are converted into points as well. So, yay. And each door, actually, you saw multiple doors. Each door counts as a stage, because as you can see, we're only on the second level, but we're on stage 4. But I'll still be calling them, like, level or stage 2, because it's the one we're at. Anyway, in terms of the sub-weapons there's the stopwatch, which I used earlier, which uses the most hearts, I believe 10. And that stops time for a brief second or two. The crossbow ring that I have right now, well, by the way, go into there and get this crown for 2,000. Well, it's pretty much a boomerang. I'll go forward a bit, then come backwards. If you jump over it, it will go past you. There is the axe, which is not that useful, which goes in an arc and don't have anything in front of it. The dagger, which is for straightforward, just attacking things in front of you. And there's only one other one, I believe, and that is the holy water, which is technically the best one there is. That one will be thrown forward in an arc, and will leave a lasting fire effect, pretty much, when it hits the ground. Now, as you saw, that thing that was in that little space there is a double shot. That allows you to throw 2 of a sub-weapon at once, because otherwise you can only throw 1 at a time. If you have a double shot and you run into a place where there is a double shot, it will become a triple shot, which allows you to use 3. That's all the basic mechanics out of the way, I believe. Oh, God, Medusa heads. These guys can be troublesome. Well, girls, technically. They will constantly be flying in that one pattern over and over again, which is rather predictable here in the first one, but in later games they become such a pain in the ass, it's not even funny. I recommend either knowing their pattern and ducking or jumping over them when necessary. But they're not that bad compared to other iterations of them. I'm looking at you, Symphony of the Night. And the reverse clock tower especially. Ugh. Oh man, there's my first death. Didn't it take me until like the end of part 2 to have my first death in my original Let's Play? Oh man, that was so long ago. That was 2 years, good god. Well, technically it hasn't been 2 years. That started on the 22nd, I believe, of October, but you know what I mean. Anyway, this is where I become a bit of an idiot, because there is something in this room, right in this area I'm in, actually. But it's not on the wall where you think it is. It's in this block right around here. Yeah, right there where the green arrow's pointed, actually. Now I'm going to make sure that it's green once I'm finished commentating over this. And the thing is, when I mentioned about the knockback being a pain earlier, by the way, that was completely my fault. Curse you, bad jumping! It can also while the knockback will kill you majority of the time, it'll also save you in some situations, because if you're jumping over a pit, you can be knocked back to the platform you started on. And there is actually another version of this game, obviously. There's the NES version, the Game Boy version, the Game Boy Advance version of this, which is the exact same game. This on the, I believe this is also on WiiWare. But there's also Castlevania Chronicles on the PlayStation 1, also available on for download on the PSP and PS3. That's pretty much just a PS1 remake with some remixed music. And in arrange mode. What the arrange mode does is that it gets rid of the knockback. Instead Simon just twitches in place. However, that can lead to you kind of twitching in place over a platform and dying even still. So, even without the knockback still kills you. You just can't win. Now, thankfully I didn't have the epic fail I had here last time I played the game, where, well, that second spiky platform, because those spiky platforms down there will kill you in one hit. What is with spikes in one hit kill? Seriously. Because that was kind of embarrassing to do the last time I played this. However, I had 3 deaths on the way here, so that's kind of a trade-off. And we're already in the room with the second boss. Let's see, we got a lot of Medusa heads, a holy rosary of death and destruction. And a lot of hearts. By the way, I recommend for this boss having the stopwatch again. It's actually probably the best way to take care of him. Well, technically her. Ooh, nice statue. But where's the boss? Oh, God! Use the stopwatch for the Medusa. And constantly just mash the button. You cannot lose this if you have the stopwatch unless you don't have enough hearts. And with that, Stage 2 is done. And with that, I'm also going to end this part here. I know this is a short one, but there's kind of a gag I want to use at the beginning of the next part that if you guys have been around long enough on this channel, I just got an extra life. I'll probably know what I'm talking about. But with that, I'm going to have to ask you guys to rate, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you guys next time on Let's Replay Castlevania 1. See you guys tomorrow.